Gotta put the time in, pimpin', make it grind a little bigger.
Do it big.
You can never be a quitter.
Till the end, if it's win, lose, or draw. Go hard.
Make them hating bronze bitter.
Do it for the cause.
Gotta make your mind up, nigga.
Feeling like, off the leash.
Gotta be the pick, gotta let 'em.
Make them sick, pure venom.
You control everything like a killer.
Do it big, never little. You a real go-getter.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's cracking lacking?
Keep on. That shit catchy, man. That shit catchy, man.
Yeah, man.
That's that epic, man. That's that epic, man.
Epic.
Is that epic?
Yeah.
Okay. I knew it had to be. I said, yeah, there's some epic right here.
Yeah, I ain't jumping on one of them tracks in a minute. I said, okay, I like this one right here. Let's vibe. It's a vibe. Yeah, man. Welcome to BBP, man. Big Business Podcast. But if it ain't big business, we ain't talking about it, man. You feel me? How you feeling, man?
Here with it, man. You know, it be a lot going on sometimes, man. It'd be crazy, but it'd be a lot, but it don't be nothing, but it'd be a lot. You know, it'd be like that. You know, it's just how it is. Working.
Yeah.
On and off the clock. You know how that go. We talked about that last time.
Yeah. Most definitely.
So we got some. You said what?
I would say, yeah, Jizzle is on the clock. Yeah.
Oh.
At any given minute, Jizzle might say, I gotta go, y'all.
Yeah, that's how it be. That on call life. Some shit happen, you got to go. But yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Salute to everybody in the building, man. D Love. You know you always gonna fall through. Anybody in the bushes, hey, salute to y'all too, man. We appreciate you for tuning in.
Yeah,
man. We got a lot to talk about.
Oh yeah, it's a lot. I said I had a felonious slip on a video the other day. What I say, I was doing a reply to I was doing a review of D1. Yeah. I said, yeah, so the next D Love album. I said, oh, you know what? That shit came out so clear. I was like, you know what? If you know, you know. And I just kept it moving because I was like, yeah, they gonna eat me up on that cupcake. First one in the comment section, like, D Love got an album coming out.
Yeah, I caught that shit when I was listening to it. I said, hell no. That's all right, though. As you know, D Love, your name ring bells. And we think about you subconsciously.
It's subconscious. But yeah, like Boss said, man, this is a loaded show. We're going to get into the intro, though, the new intro. You know, Boss, he like to keep things fresh and, keep the visuals, updated and things like that. So we definitely, and I'm on board with it. So we're going to go and get into the show. But before we do, yeah, man.
Put these shades on, man, for this one right here, man.
I'll let you do the honors.
Welcome to Big Business Podcast. This is episode 45, man. Thank y'all for rocking with us. Let's go.
I like that action. Okay, we here with it. Yeah. I don't know what the fuck I was doing.
That shit should have. When I seen you doing this, I had to time that bitch. Like, yeah.
Then you done rolled back in the chair and shit, laughing and shit up in there. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Well, yeah, man.
Hope y'all enjoyed that, man. That's the new intro, man. You know, we put in a lot of hard work, man. So we say, hey, it gets time to tune things up around here. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
But we're gonna go ahead and crank things up, man, and we're gonna jump right into it, man. There's a lot of elephants in the room that's going on today, and we're gonna try to hit on as many as we can. And we're gonna start with one that's been just lingering all fucking summer long, and this shit done went haywire. Now this old sucker ass light skinned nigga is going to court. Jizzle, he is taking these people to court. His court date just came up, man. I think it's what January the 20th.
The 20th, we shall see. And actually, in this, I don't know if he has to be present. I don't know. This is a different, because the way it started off was a petition. It wasn't like, I don't know. So I don't know what it fully entails, if he even has to be present. Because as you know, it's this company, Frozen Moments. That's you know, it's his company, but I don't know when it comes to these situations, does he actually have to be present? I don't know. You know,
I heard one video. Actually, it was I guess it was a little live short that Slim Thug did, where he actually said he hoped Drake wins. Now, I kind of understand why he said that, because he's not really going up, or he's not really suing Kendrick. He's suing the motherfucking label. You know what I'm saying? So I feel what Slim Thugger was getting at. Like, I hope he beat their ass. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, a lot of people don't like, especially Universal. That's motherfucker who's tied into all the shit, right?
Yep.
So I understand that. And if you look at it that way, that would be a huge fucking win for Drake. What you think?
Hey, it goes back to the conversation we had with when we was going over the paperwork. I was saying, man, it's gonna be a lot of shit that come out if Universal has to open them books up and prove what they are doing is on the up and up. I think it's gonna be some things that come out. So that's why I could say, yeah, I kind of do feel like, man, I kind of want this shit to go all the way there with it. I want to see the book, show the proof of these streams y'all been claiming, 900 million. And crazy part, it's probably going, you know, boomerang effect. The shit you throwing at people, they might show some shit like, yeah, we did such and such, we'll pay damages, but look at this as well. Drake's release in 2022, we did this, and it was the same thing. So that's why I'm like, man, Drake.
It could backfire. It definitely could. But I mean, of course, like you said, you know, Universal is tied in with Spotify, so it almost seems like it. I think that may be the reason why he used that company's name instead of his name, because when you think it will be a conflict of interest, if you're suing a label that you are a part of, and the label is tied with this streaming service, which is Spotify,
right?
That's weird to me, bro.
I can say yes, weird as far as the letter of the law with it. If something is a conflict of interest, I feel like it's a conflict of disinterest. Like, I don't know. It's like because that's not in your interest to expose some shit with you on the label type of shit. So what's good? Crucial in the building.
Crucial K, what happening? I don't know, but
yeah,
I don't know if he's. I don't know if they're gonna show show the books. Just make it simple. I don't think they're gonna show the books. I don't think they have to, Do they? Like, because I've never seen a lawsuit like this.
Well, the judge would have to say that, yeah, okay, we need to see that. He needs to feel, they have to feel inclined. It kind of sounds like a thing where, like how the state can pick a case up type of thing.
Right.
And I think that it has to deal with that. But even if they do open the books, the judge can fuck around and say he doesn't want this to be public information and, gag orders across the board type shit. So,
yeah, I think the fact that he actually filed this lawsuit, he knows something, bro. He knows something. And it goes back to what you said, because maybe they did it for you, Drake, huh? Maybe that's what they was doing for you. Because every time you drop a motherfucking album, your first week sales are amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the record ain't even that. I mean, the project ain't even all that. I don't like none of your goddamn music except the first one. Well, not the first one. The first few, maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah,
that first I was rocking with you, but all this other bullshit. Now you done turn to a pop rock hip hop star, whatever. That's a new category I'm gonna create for his ass.
And the thing about it, we hear a lot about Kendrick and records broken, but whenever you hear people talk about how great Kendrick is doing on Spotify, they never go to the all-time Spotify list. And that Kendrick's here. He's at like 19 all time. Drake is up here when it comes. So that's why I said I think last week on some shit, I was like, let's not forget the original king of Spotify. Like, because when you look at this past year, Kendrick he's shattering records for short periods of time. But if you go to that all-time list, you got the Ed Sheerans, you got the Taylor Swift, you got all of them you got to compete with. And Kendrick, I think he was number 19 on that list. So,
the way I feel, Drake, he got to dig himself out of his hole, and I don't think he can do it. I think this might be a 50 Cent Ja Rule situation, bro. What you think, man?
I feel like the powers that be, and when I say the powers, there's power in the audience. So the power of his audience, I don't think will allow that to happen. J. Rule has some fans, but I mean, I said J. Rule. Ja Rule has some fans, but he didn't have Drake fan base. So I can't, it's kind of like apples and oranges with that one. I don't know if I can go that far.
I mean, maybe some of Drake fans done went over to that Kendrick side. I don't know.
And there's some probably that had, well, according to K-Dot show setup, he added another show to Toronto, so that might actually be a lot of the case for adding 2 shows in one city on your tour and whatnot, and they both in Toronto. So
I think that was a bad move because Drake gonna buy out the whole front row. Watch. And just gonna buy that whole front section. He gonna just buy them. Ain't nobody gonna be there.
Right. That'll be some petty. Boy, he King Petty though. I wouldn't doubt it. He just gonna buy the first section and just buy it up. Like have one person sitting on each row. Crucial say, but Kendrick got songs that'll be played after we dead, like a lot. Drake, maybe a couple. I say that it's subjective. I see what you're saying though, but when it comes to them parties, well, they both got party songs, but some of these club songs Drake got, they gonna play, NBA 2K songs on it. I don't know if I can take that from him, man. His commercial success.
Well, you're right, but I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like the older Drake songs get played in the clubs down here. But I haven't been to the club in a while, but I don't think they play Drake music in no club no more. Not down here. Not down here. I don't hear no fucking Drake music in no clubs down here.
Well, I can't say because I don't be out like that, but I can guarantee that it's some shit still playing in that thing, man.
Yeah.
I know if the radio playing at the club, you know, they right behind them type of thing.
Well, maybe, but like I said, I don't go out no more. But
yeah,
of course, with the lawsuit, it's been a lot of backlash from people like Stephen A. A lot of big name hip hop artists, Thugger, not Thugger, Slim Thug, a lot of people, Plies. I done heard from Soulja Boys, and their take on it is the fact that he's doing the shit. And when it comes to the hip hop battle scene, hip hop battle, them niggas ain't beefing. So
right.
We talked about this with J. Cole. It's a part of the culture. So that's why I feel like people are frowning at the move that Drake made. Of course, we just talked about Slim Thug about saying he will hope he wins this, but everybody else is not looking at it like that.
Right.
What's your take on that?
Yeah, when it comes to the back, like this beef, this is like the residual. These are the residual effects of the beef. I feel like, and it's just one man's feelings spilling over into the courtroom. So you know, yeah, it is. I can't sit here and act like it ain't. But yeah, like you said, it's a lot of people out here, you know, in the public perception of Drake. It definitely has changed. We cannot say in the past 2 years it hasn't changed from 2 years ago to now in public perception, which we know how falsely important that is nowadays. But
he said falsely important.
Yeah.
Well, one guy came about the woodworks, which I'm surprised it took him this long to say anything. Because we know he don't fuck with Drake. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna take a listen to this little video. I think he did an interview. Y'all know Pusha T don't play the radio. Pusha T has some things to say about this. So let's take a listen to it.
Do you agree with the people that Kendrick won the battle?
1,000%.
How did he do it? And then we'll get to your part, because he talked about you, but I want to let you speak on it in general first.
I think that Kendrick is a lyricist, and a lyricist that talks to your soul. Like, you can be clever, you can say cute things, you can do things in cadences and so on and so forth, right? But the truth really hurts. And the truth like cuts deep. And I think what Kendrick was doing was really talking to his soul. I believe that. And I believe that's, you know, that would cause you to tap out. That'll cause you to sue. That'll cause you to do a lot of things. It's crazy. Listen, suing is crazy.
Damn. So yeah, he went there.
He did.
He went there, and you know, do you know how long was that? Recent, or was that probably about last week or something?
Well, I mean, it popped up on my Instagram feed.
Okay,
a few days ago.
Yeah,
I really can't tell you how long, but we know it's pretty recent because he's talking about the suing.
Right. Yeah, you know, Pusha he gonna take his little pop shot. He glad to see it. He good to see it. But you know, when it come down to it, yes, when it comes to the soul, Kendrick, he talked that shit, and that's something people appreciate. I will say that. When talk about speaking to his soul, now if I could verify what K-Dot was saying was actuals, then I would say, yeah, he spoke to his soul. But some of it was, you know, we don't know. Is he saying stuff? And did it sound convincing? That's how I'm kind of going about it.
Yeah. when you hear Pusha T speak on the situation, knowing that Pusha T, he had his issues with Drake, right? He don't care for Drake. Does that make him look like a hater by saying that? And we know the world feels that, you know, K-Dot won.
Yeah. I don't think so.
Maybe that's why he never said anything. Maybe that's why he stayed out of it. But I think when it came to that fucking lawsuit, he took it too fucking far.
Yeah. Yeah. And was it a couple weeks ago? What was the quote? You need facts to take me from Drake. You need facts to take me out. Fairy tales won't do it. So that's his. That to me, that's his only real response I've heard from Drake.
Yeah, it is. It is. And so he did that on somebody's platform where not a lot of us watched. And the only reason we know about it is somebody probably cool with one of us, let one of us see it, and that shit got spreaded out. He tried to take those slick dish shots on some corny ass platform. Man, do it. Just get back to music, man. Just shut up. Get back to fucking music for that man come at your ass again now.
Right. So you gotta go to Breakfast Club and say that shit for that shit to mean something, goddamn.
Bingo. Don't go on no I don't know who the fuck that was. I don't anyway.
Yeah, but you know, it is what it is. We're gonna keep the show pushing on that note. And I think we got a theories, conspiracies segment to get to.
Yes. Yes, we do. So of course, you know, I introduced the conspiracy theories segment a few weeks ago. I think it was about 3 weeks ago, something like that. And I got a little something for you. We're gonna talk about it, man. So let's get into it.
Hit me with some more. Rock in my drawers, start to walk to. Yeah, that's that 3-6. That 3-6. I think they remade the beat, but the first time I heard that beat flip was on some throwback 3-6 Mafia.
Well, tonight, I wish I had that William Shatner voice.
Right.
Have you ever been, or have you ever seen, I think it was a movie, I cannot remember the name of this movie. I think it was a couple renting a hotel room. It's going to come to me, but it probably won't come to me until after the show. And there were people like spying on them with cameras, and they was running through like tunnels. They had access to their room through like holes in the floor that was created. Now, today we all heard of, and we all know they got human trafficking and all that type of stuff, where people are getting kidnapped from all kind of places. But what I'm finna show y'all, I don't know where this guy's at or where these people are at and what the fuck they doing it at. But obvious, this shit could be true. I don't know. You be the judge. Take a look at this.
Check them hotels, y'all. Look at this.
This 3-star motel. This what really freaked me out up here by the front door. Not this. See the latches, bro. This what freaked me out. Right by the front door. Now how a bitch supposed to feel safe? There it is. There he's in. This is a prison cell. Only kids are being held down here.
And they brought me into the camp and showed me the underground bunker. It was basically a giant plastic container with a hole only small enough for a child to crawl in and out of. And it was angled in such a way, and it was buried underground, that a small child that was in there could not have gotten out on their own. Child's vanity and a hospital toilet. That looks like a child's car seat. Strollers and children's toys and clothing and food packets. All right, so with these straps. But one thing that was really disturbing was there were arm restraints, wrist restraints on 2 trees. Clearly a disturbing and wrongful thing going on. It's inhumane.
So the last video, I have no explanation for that, for real. I don't know what to say about that. But when it comes to that first video, what I will say is a lot of the times, if there's a jacuzzi nearby, in which that kind of looked like a tub, not a jacuzzi. But if there is a jacuzzi nearby, that square in the ground would be an access to be able to service plumbing, because a jacuzzi has pumps, booster pumps and things. And if something messes up, you have to have an access point to be able to get to where the pump is for the jacuzzi. So that first one, I will say that is somewhat, that's normal if there's a jacuzzi nearby. But if the public is near it, by codes and regulations, it has to have a lock on it. You can't let public people be able to just open it up and go and mess with shit that has high voltage, and because some of these pumps are 208, 240 volts. So by law, you can't have that like that. So that kind of X's that out. But
yeah,
that's all I got.
The access that the public had to it, I thought that was weird. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad you actually broke that down, because they did turn and let us see it was some type of tub over there. I don't know if it was a hot tub or just a fucking tub or not. And I don't know anything about what has to be done to have maintenance take care of what any type of problems that it has. But like you said, it should have been a lock on it.
Right.
And
by regular state, yeah. My bad.
If the health department, I don't know who would come in there, if they would find that like that, I'm pretty sure with just that, they probably would fail.
Oh, yeah, fire inspection.
Fire inspection, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
So, with that being said, and I'm glad you broke that down, but I'm pretty sure that hotel knows it should have been a lock on it. The fact that it wasn't one on it.
Right.
You see where I'm going with it?
Yeah, I see, and you know, you got to be, like they say in all these news stories, you got to be vigilant. You know, when you, I know when I went the last time I stayed in a hotel, it was a clock sitting right next to the bed, pointed at the bed. I unplugged the clock and I pointed that motherfucker straight down at the wood. Just because we done seen movies and they got clock. Go to Amazon and type in clock spy camera and all this. They got all type of shit, cameras and shit that you won't even know. It'd be a clock sitting on the wall, and it's that clock is a camera. So
right, and see, and now you see why I actually put this as conspiracy theories, because we hear these stories, we see movies.
Yeah,
I hope nobody ever experienced no shit like this, but.
Yeah,
it can't be far-fetched that this type of shit can happen. I think a lot of movies are created from reality, and maybe it's a story that you never heard of, and it was something that a movie director probably found like, this will make a good ass movie, and they made a movie about it. But we sit here watching like, this is a good ass motherfucking movie, not knowing that this shit happened in real life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's completely plausible. You know, we talk about kid trafficking, and I don't want to go into the organ harvesting that it supposedly goes along with it, But if you go down that rabbit hole, it's a lot. It's a lot. There's missing couples, missing everybody. Just hella folks missing. You go in Walmart, the front of Walmart, is an updated board of people who are missing.
Where these goddamn people at? It seems like, now this is gonna be fucked up, but it's real. It seems like the more technology grows, you would think it would give law enforcement investigators an edge to find people. I know, y'all know I'm into true crime, and there's so many people,
right,
in these cases that I follow, they have no fucking idea where these people at, man.
Right.
Some people using technology to be fucking great criminals.
Yeah. Yeah. These home private detectives and stalkers, and it's crazy. It's wild. I saw that conspiracy. In conclusion, that one I can see it. I can see it. The only thing I would say is I would think it would be in places like a hostel. I wouldn't think you would, go to, whatever Hilton hotel and there be some shit like that in there.
That's one of the movies I was talking about too. Hostel was one of the movies I was talking about. You ever heard of Hostel?
Oh, okay. Yeah, the movie. Yeah, and that's what I would think it would be at, is like a hostel where people, just rent rooms for, 12 hours, like half a day room rentals and shit like that, where ain't even no bathroom in that thing. It's just a room. People be, hoes and shit be using it to, bring their dates to it and shit. What's good, Cupcake?
What up, Nicky New? Send me some of that chicken. I had stewed chicken last night. Ain't that some shit?
Oh, stewed chicken.
Yeah,
okay.
Put some little broccoli, saute some onions, bell peppers, red peppers,
right,
all that shit, man. Yeah, man. I do this. I'm a Southern nigga. You feel me? Yeah.
Boy, cook.
If I can't do nothing else, that's one thing my mama told me. Well, you gonna have to defend for yourself because you's a picky eater. Yep, I am.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with it. But yeah, we're gonna move on to this Denzel situation with this movie and whatnot.
What's the Denzel?
We're gonna move on to this Gladiator 2 with this infamous kissing scene that did not make the final cut. I seen the movie, I did my little review on it, and I didn't see no kissing going on between no Denzel. I did see some faggotry, some homosexual, but this is Rome we're talking about. We not gonna act like Rome is not famous for men on men like situations. Like that's part of, from what I've seen, that's kind of was part of Roman culture back then. And if you're gonna make a movie, you're gonna depict it as such. And to be more specific on what I seen, the part that I seen where it was like, oh, Denzel is gay, is because they said something, and he was like, oh, well, you can have all the women you want. He's like, something, all the women and men you want. Like, so that's the part where I'm like, whoa. But I kind of had to think to myself, like, oh, this is Rome we talking about, and that's not far-fetched from what Roman culture.
I ain't rocking with that Denzel gay shit. Nah, buddy. I ain't rocking with that. Denzel been solid his whole goddamn career. Damn what anybody say about Denzel.
Yeah. So yeah, we gonna watch this real quick. What she said, pederasty was huge in the Roman Empire. Yeah, the kid. Yeah, just it's a lot when you really when you really dive into Roman culture and the things that was going on. They talk about Sodom and Gomorrah, and they say Rome fell, but yeah, it's a lot. But we're gonna chop this up real quick.
Reporting live from Hyper Clubhouse in Atlanta for Hype Plus News, I'm John Alva. With his performance in the all-new Gladiator 2 hitting theaters across the country this Friday, Denzel Washington has been making headlines. While on his press run, Washington would reveal that he ended up kissing a man on the lips, but the scene didn't make it to the final cut. News of Washington being involved in a homosexual kiss, as we will report, didn't sit well with many of his longtime fans. Now, as news continues to circulate on what we will call Kissgate, many of Washington's fans would share their displeasure with hearing that Washington, who has represented as a strong black male lead for years on film, would decide to even go through with a suggestively gay act. Well, last night, while on the red carpet at the premiere of his new film, alongside his wife, Pauletta Washington, Washington would go on to address the backlash and responses. When asked by Variety about the alleged kiss, he would go on to respond.
Okay, got to talk about the kiss.
It's much ado about nothing. Right. It really is much ado about nothing. You know, they're making more of it than it was. I kissed him on his hands. I gave him a peck, and I killed him.
Now, just as viewers may find a little relief in hearing that Denzel only kissed the man on the hands and pecked him on the lips before killing him, Variety's openly gay host will push forward and push for Denzel's interest in taking on a gay role.
I have to tell you, us gay boys want to see Denzel kissing another man.
Well, I don't have the part yet. You gonna write it? All right.
A clearly on-the-spot Denzel would answer with a response that some of his fans may have trouble with hearing. Now, whether Denzel was just saying this to not offend the host, it does appear that he's leaning into his side of being an actor, more so than the expectations placed on him as one of the few straight black male leads in Hollywood. Now, as we dive more into the story, that same host will go on to catch up with Gladiator Ridley Scott just before his talk with Denzel. In his interview, Scott would say that Denzel's kiss being cut from the film was bullshit and that Washington actually only acted out the moment.
Denzel said he kissed the man on the lips, but it didn't make the final cut.
No, that's bullshit. It was a senator. They never did. They acted the moment and didn't happen.
So it never happened?
No, it didn't happen because they acted the moment as if he... You want me to do it right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
According to multiple sources, the Gladiator 2 script does mention that Washington's character has been in relationships with other men in the past. Now, given that most men wouldn't make up them kissing another man, we're going to take Denzel's word that he did kiss a man on the lips, a part of the filming of this movie. You see, Denzel having a kissing scene with another man is shocking, especially due to the actor's reputation. As you know, if you've been following us, it's been reported in the past that Denzel declined to kiss co-star Julia Roberts in their 1993 film, The Pelican Brief. In a 2002 Newsweek interview, Roberts would elaborate more on the kiss that never happened. Back then, Roberts would go on to say, "I've taken so much shit over the years about not kissing Denzel in that film. Don't I have a pulse? Of course I wanted to kiss Denzel. It was his idea to take the damn scenes out." Now, as a response, Washington will go on to say, "Black women are not often seen as objects of desire on film. They have always been my core audience." With Denzel being particular.
So I will stop it right there.
You heard it. You heard it.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure I got that in. You know, since all this flakery, all this flakiness is somehow rearing its ugly head when it comes to Denzel, man. What I guess what's your thoughts, man? Initial thoughts on this situation?
I believe Denzel did not kiss the man. I think it was probably said out of sarcasm or just to, shake some shit up. I don't know, but I don't think that white guy, I don't know who he was. Maybe that was the producer. I don't know.
That was the director.
He said it didn't happen. So if he was there and he said it didn't happen, if Denzel said it did, I think Denzel was just being an asshole to the person maybe who even brought the question up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you're like, "Yeah, Blake, man, I heard you goddamn grabbed the man's ass." "Yeah, man, I sure did. I grabbed a whole bunch of it." Anybody that really knows me knows like that won't fucking happen. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I ain't rocking with it. I ain't rocking with it. If he were asked to take a scene out of a movie because he's kissing a white woman and he know his core audience is black women.
Right.
Yeah. He ain't finna kiss no goddamn man.
Yeah. You know, this one is it's one of them things where it goes back. It's gonna always go back to the, you know, name a black actor who hasn't kissed somebody on film. This is an agenda. This is, you know, that's the narrative we've been hearing for the longest. Every pop, you got to kiss some man. This goes back to the Cat Williams discussion from Club Shay Shay. But yeah, so we've been hearing this narrative for a long time. We've heard Marlon Wayans respond to it. We've heard Sean respond to it. But when it comes to this, I don't know. I mean, we just talked about, what did we just talk about? What, 2 weeks ago? We just talked about Denzel making his last 5 movies, black directors. So this was his last movie with a white director. And now he's retiring after these last 5 movies with black directors. The movies are already lined up. You know how movies go. That shit be filmed 3 years in advance and shit. So he's already got his shit planned out. This movie was obviously filmed sometime back. So it's you know, it's one of them things where who knows, but I'm kind of feeling like, you know, he acted it out. Obviously, if it was a kiss, obviously it wasn't acted out in a realistic manner or a realistic, you know, maybe the director didn't, you know, like, oh no, that wasn't good enough. We're gonna cut that. I don't know. Who knows, man? It's all speculation, but it's Denzel.
I don't think it was a part of the fucking movie anyway. I think it could have been, you know how they have those scenes where, you know, they just bullshitting around after they fucked up, you know, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you ever seen that clip on Facebook where Cole fucked up and it was still recording, but the scene was over. Like, you know what? That's how y'all want to do me? Fuck y'all. He didn't really mean that shit. He was just following through after he fucked up. That's what I feel like. That's what that could have been. Denzel ain't finna play no goddamn movie where he got to kiss no goddamn man. You seen who was on his arm in that fucking interview, right? Pauletta ain't never leaving that nigga, man. You crazy?
Pauletta, salute to Pauletta. We need more Paulettas out there. We need more Paulettas.
That's real black.
We gotta look for Paulettas. That's the first step, though. We got to try to find the Pauletta instead of the Bonquisha, you know. But we're not gonna go there. Keep on. You got to try to find you a Pauletta now. Cupcake said people don't totally understand that a lot of ancient homosexuality and pederasty was rooted in the belief that women were evil, unclean, and disdained as severely lesser than a man. And I can see that.
And I read that comment earlier.
I don't agree with it.
That's weird because, like, I think if that was the case, how was they fucking populating? Think about it. And I'm not saying it's not true, but if they looked at women that way, there's a lot of people that was born in that era. Somebody was fucking them goddamn women. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know, bro.
Like, I guess, I mean, you gotta populate. So it's a necessity type of thing. Am I coming through clear? It looked like this thing popped up, said connection unstable. Can you hear me cool?
Yeah, I mean, earlier you kind of dragged, but it picked right back up, so I ain't say shit.
Okay.
My
okay.
Thing like I got a fucking low ass fucking signal.
Yeah, and you kind of been. I was looking. I was like, damn, look. I don't know what's going on with StreamYard, but yeah, we're gonna keep it pushing though. That, you know, I'm not the one that's gonna sit here and say Denzel, he part of this shit that Cat Williams is talking about. When it comes to that end of it, in conclusion, do you think what Cat Williams was saying, do you think now that seeing this in Denzel, do you think this is a part of that agenda, the homosexual agenda? Does this play into that? Do you feel like?
No, because it didn't happen. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. That scene never happened. That scene wasn't supposed to happen. That's
well, what if it was Jay-Z?
What?
I said, what if it was Jay-Z playing that role and they said that? Then would we be like, Jay-Z?
No. Nah. Jay-Z, nah, man. Fuck no. You gotta understand, like, Jay-Z's an artist. He's a rapper. He's from the streets. When we talking about actors, that's totally different. Denzel, no, motherfuckers got morals, YJ. Certain people got morals. A lot of
Hassan,
huh?
I said Hassan Campbell from the streets. Africa Bambaataa from the streets.
Man, fuck Hassan Campbell, man. I don't even follow him, but that one video I seen where he was standing outside the projects and motherfuckers was throwing shit at him and he supposedly got shot.
Yeah.
Man, that was a fucking play. Man, fuck him, man. Fuck him.
I remember that. He's like, come down here right now. I'm gonna fuck you up, son. For real, yo.
I don't take him serious at all, bro. But I get I see where you're going with it, though. It doesn't really matter where you're from. It depends on who you are as a person and what you are willing to do. So
yeah.
But I don't see that in Denzel at all, bro. I just don't, and I can't blemish his. I can't blemish his face, man. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Yeah, but I will say in closing, Gladiator 2, it was a dope movie. If it wasn't for Denzel, this movie, I would probably not like it how I did. I felt it was a dope movie. I like that, them type of movies like that and whatnot. But I think we got.
Let me drop down real quick because D-Love said I was frozen and I looked at my phone.
That's how I was looking.
I was froze. Give me 1 second, man. Hold on.
Yeah, it's like it froze. It's like he was in and out type of thing. But his audio was clear to me. I don't know. The audio was clear. But yeah, I did I did watch the movie and whatnot. And I recommend the movie to anybody who do like those type of movies. Of course, I'm a little different because I like Westerns. I like Westerns is my favorite type of movies. And those kind of go right up them alley. That same alley when it comes to the period pieces of movies. Yeah, your audio was good. That's why I didn't say nothing. I was like, well, maybe it'll catch up. But it was like freezing and stopping, then it start there. But your audio was clean all the way through, so that's why I didn't say nothing.
Okay, well, maybe, hopefully, when it renders down. See, I'm looking at my phone and I'm over here freezing and shit, man. I don't know. That shit's weird, but I don't see it when I'm looking at this screen. That shit crazy.
Yeah, that's
pushing, man.
All right. So yeah, we got the feel good story up next. Everybody in the building one time. Hit that like one time for the BBP. This is number 45. Matter of fact, let's play that before we run that feel good intro. Let's get to that face card business. Let's pay a bill too one time before we get to that. If we could.
Yeah, we can do that. That ain't no problem. Face card 2 dropping December 20th. Yeah, this shit right here is gonna be super stupid. Came up from the bottom where the problems kept coming, where these niggas send threats, but they never did. Dirty on 85, slow, taking it easy. I don't want nothing to keep me from you. Look, sparring session when I'm
punching, he's the deuce of hazard. Motor glitching, slide across the car like that's one ignorant bastard. Smooth operation. It'll take a dose of Adderall and a power shot of B12 to fuck with Nathan. Bear witness to the bear's vision. They scared shitless. I'm numb to everything they say. I got impaired senses.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Yeah, if y'all heard Face Card 1, see, there you go. There you go. Okay, we good. I guess, I don't know, man. This shit acting weird as fuck right now. Let's do this real quick. Can you hear me?
Yeah, your audio been straight all the way through.
All right. Yeah, Face Card 2, man, dropping December 20th, man. Got 13 tracks on this motherfucker. It almost became 14. And originally it was 12. We just added another one. And that motherfucker right there needed to be added because we snapped on it. We snapped on it. Yeah. So, man, definitely be waiting on that one. It's going to be dropping on Bandcamp. And probably even, we're waiting on that. We'll be letting you know more details will be coming soon when that information is ready to be given. But
they waiting on the process. It's up. It's just waiting. You know, a couple of days you gotta wait, or a few days you gotta wait and shit. So
yeah, pretty much. But hey, you support us, go cop it off of Even, or go cop it off of goddamn Bandcamp.
$5.
It ain't gonna be on goddamn YouTube, so don't be waiting to be. Nope. We trying to see who really fuck with us. We trying to see who really fuck with us. You feel me? You feel me? If you don't get it, you're gonna be missing it. Because that bitch is dope. That bitch is dope. But anyway, man, we're gonna keep the show rolling, man. And you know, we gotta give some good vibes right now. So it's that time of the night where we talk about some feel good shit. So this is Feel Good Story of the Night. Yes, sir. So tonight, Feel Good Story comes from one of the goats. I don't know if you call a female a goat. Goddamn, we're gonna call her one tonight, because to be labeled and to be named this title when you got people like Taylor Swift, it's huge. Y'all take a listen to this right here.
She's a nanny.
Normally we would do the news nightcap, but tonight we are trying something a little bit different. 2 musicians enter the room and only one leaves. Billboard made its choice for #1 pop star of the 21st century. And guess what? They picked the queen, Beyonce. #2 on the list was Taylor Swift. The question is, did they get it right?
Absolutely, they got it right, because Beyonce has staying power. Beyonce has been around for so many years and has done so many different things that it's hard to count. She's got 32 Grammys. She's got 88 Grammy nominations. She's sold 200 million albums. She's made movies, right? And so she is somebody who has staying power, not only as an artist, but I think as just a presence, a pop presence. And
anyone taken up for Taylor?
Taylor Swift doesn't have that.
I mean, I don't sit in any of these. My initial thought was, cool, of the top 5, 4 of them are women. My initial thought was, what do you mean of the 21st century? We have 75 more years of the 21st century. Like, what are we talking about? It's going to be like an alien or like an AI by the time we're done with this century.
How old was Taylor Swift in 2000?
But if we're talking about staying power, Taylor Swift has been around for a long time.
How many movies has she?
Yeah, it's one at a time.
Sorry.
I just said Taylor Swift has been around for a long time too. She started at 15 years old, and she writes all her own music. It is her own story. It is her own. She puts out albums that are complete tales and things. And I think Beyonce does that too. I mean, I thought Lemonade was amazing. It was a real story that we were taking on. I think those two could have sat like this, and I would have been perfectly fine.
It's like the Mount Rushmore of the queens. But
and I think Taylor Swift is generational talent, but Beyonce's got more Grammys by a factor of 2. She's been a solo and group career artist, and sort of just a longer tenure on the national stage.
I think the thing about Beyonce is that she transcends
genre.
She transcends race, transcends gender. I mean, you'd be hard pressed to find somebody who wouldn't either know a Beyonce song
why
or
am I
sing
so
or dance
surprised
along.
that J-Lo's not in the top 25?
I don't
Seriously,
know.
over the last 25 years, don't you think J-Lo?
Yeah,
I think it might be a question.
You like your Jenny from the block?
I've heard enough of this fucking madness. I'm sorry.
Right.
They're not gonna fuck up my goddamn feel good story.
Yeah, nah, that's where you went wrong right there.
So are we taking B from out of R&B and we just saying she's a pop star? Is that what we're doing?
Well, for this list, Billboard, that was the construct of the whole thing. So the fact that we view her as R&B and an R&B singer and that she can do this on some shit that we don't even, it's crazy. It's crazy. From what you start as to you making a list like this as number one for, 15, 20 years later, now you make this list. Like,
yeah, I mean, I respect it because, I mean, pop really is not, our genre, even though there's some artists that's us that is in that lane. And
Drake,
I respect it, and I salute her for being named this because I would have never thought she would have won this over Taylor Swift, bro. But because of the genre we're talking about, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
This was definitely a feel good story for me to hear this and like, wow, because every fucking the last 3-4 years who been winning the fucking Grammys? Taylor.
Yeah, Swiftie, the Swiftie, she the one. She the one when it comes to this category. When it comes to them Grammy, man, she taking the cake on 9 times out of 10. But hey, salute to her. It's been a hell of a week for the Knowles family, and we're gonna get to that. And we're gonna get to that in a little bit. But this was something good. I don't want to sully this segment with all of that and whatnot. But as far as even if you go to Blue, what'd you say about Blue did something?
Yeah, Blue actually is starring in her first movie. It's a cartoon, so it's really just her voice. She's in the movie Mufasa, The Lion King, which I think Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Blue went to go see that yesterday. They called them the Unbothered family because we know what's going on with Hov. So they got some highs and some lows right now, and I'm gonna be real with it. We really can't call it a low yet until the truth comes out. And I know on my live, on my page, I kind of gave Jay-Z some hell, and that wasn't right, and that's not fair until the truth comes out. But I know how I stand about being around somebody like P. Diddy. If and I say this, and I'm gonna leave it alone. If I found out, and just give an example that YJ was fucking with 13-year-old girls, I would not.
Oh.
YJ don't mess with no goddamn kids, man. But what I'm saying is, if that was the case, hell, crucial shit. It don't matter. Any of my niggas I call my homies, my dogs. If I find out you fucking with kids, I might want to fucking fight you, bro. So that's why I felt like, damn, man, y'all been friends this whole time. And Jizzle made a great goddamn point. Well, you make an assumption. He might not know. You making an opinion off of assumption. I think that's what you said. We're going to leave this on B, man. Salute to B. Salute the goddamn Blue Ivy, the whole Carter family. Hope everything works out for y'all.
One more thing, she is going to be, do you remember the game, the Christmas game?
Houston Texans and Baltimore Ravens.
Okay. Yeah.
She will be performing at the halftime show, but the halftime show of her performance will be on Netflix. Netflix trying to get that goddamn check. Goddamn Paul, goddamn fault. I think they made what they say about 60 million off that motherfucker.
I know they got to get that buffering right.
Yeah,
I know they got to get that buffering.
I think they doing this for free, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, I've never seen a Netflix where I had to, well, besides the subscription for having Netflix, but like the Jake Paul, I pay, what is it, $12 a month or something to have Netflix, and I seen the fight and it was free. Cat Williams, he's had actually some of his, he had, I think 2 now. No, he had one live stream, and Dave Chappelle had a Netflix live stream before the Tyson thing.
Okay.
So they have done some, and that seems like what they're trying to go into is the live entertainment thing, in which, hey, and more power to them. It is what it is. You know, maybe Monique pop up one day with a live on.
She need to. Yeah. She need to, man. Yeah, man. So definitely salute the B, salute the Blue. My thoughts and prayers goes out to you guys. I hope this shit don't drag out forever. But that was the feel good story. From one Carter to the next. So we just spoke on Miss Carter. Now we got to go to the reason her last name is Carter. Jigga Man, Mr. Hove himself. And I'm pretty sure everybody is aware of what's going on with him. You know, we kind of briefly just touched on it in the Feel Good segment. Accusations, lawsuits has hit the table, people. Jay-Z is being accused of being involved. I ain't gonna use the other word, with a 13-year-old, along with his partner, who is behind bars right now for similar charges. And Jay-Z actually responded. If you watched my live the night it actually happened, my homie was up here with me, and he actually showed you his response. And I respect his response. At first, I was like, damn, he shouldn't have did that. But at the same time, Jay-Z said, you ain't getting one red penny.
Right.
That was totally different from the way Diddy did it, right?
Yeah, a little bit different. A little bit. 3, what was it, about 4, 5 paragraphs that Jay-Z put out on the Rock Nation Twitter. What's good, Miss Young in the building? What's good? You good, you good, you good. You here though. You know, we here with it. Ain't nothing. Yeah, so we gonna chop this up real quick. And we got I think we got one more segment, then we got the meat and potatoes after this. But Boss actually found filing Jane Doe as the plaintiff, as y'all see on the screen. Maybe I should do that to make it help a little bit. Maybe y'all can see that. Maybe y'all can't. But this is just for proof of, that it, what people are talking about. It is an actual thing. Jane Doe versus Sean Combs and all of his aliases. Actually, not all on. I don't see Brother Love on here.
What's on now?
It is where?
I think it just say Love.
Where does it say that at?
Well, at least when that lady was reading the documents on the news, she said AKA Love. I was assuming but if it ain't, we know
it got Sean Combs, Bad Boy, and all of his companies, Combs Global, and then it says the very last thing, it says Sean Carter on this one. Of course, there was another one. this was filed by, if I go to the very bottom here, respectfully submitted by the Busby law firm, which is Tony Busby, the celebrity trial lawyer from Houston, Texas, who has dealt with cases like this before, I will say, like the Deshaun Watson case in the Houston Texans. I think, was he a wide receiver? You remember that case?
He'll quarterback.
Oh, he was a quarterback. Okay. What ended up with that? What came of that? I can't even remember that now.
They actually just wiped it all like it's nothing. It just actually came about because he went to the Browns, I believe, and he was not charged with anything.
Oh man. And this same lawyer, Tony Busby, he gathered 30 women up. Now, this is Diddy, so we talking about a bigger person. So he's gathered 120 women supposedly for this case. So yeah, the more shit I hear about him, the less I'm beginning to think he's on the up and up. That's just me though. Who's to say? But I'm just from. Oh, there you go, love. It does say love down here in the introduction. But so yeah, I'm gonna skim through this thing, sort of how I skim through. Before we get to going, you got anything to say? I'm not gonna read a lot. I'm just gonna kind of skim through some things.
Yeah, this was originally filed in October, as you guys know, and of course, Jay-Z's name was not a part of this at all. The question that a lot of people want to know, why now? Why did you refile it? Why did you include him? And also, there's a third person. It's a female.
Yeah.
She never was added. Why not? Because regardless if she touched or not, she sat there and she watched these acts or these alleged acts happen, right? So that's why a lot of people was questioning, and I really don't think Busby is going to win this. I really don't.
Yeah, it's this one. I do think this is a little different than the Diddy case. It's not the same. It's not parallel to the Diddy situation. The Diddy situation, it's got a lot, and Cassie is the linchpin. For this, the linchpin to this point is a Jane Doe. And we'll get to, what they're seeking, because one thing that I thought was odd was that Tony Busby was like, this is not for money, this is not for, but that's not what this piece of paperwork says here. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, what else could be? I mean, come on now.
This is not criminal. This is a lawsuit. In a lawsuit, you don't go to jail for losing.
Right. So what else is it for? I don't know. Along with its longtime friend, it says defendant Sean Combs, all these AKAs, along with his longtime friend and collaborator Sean Combs, drug and raped a 13-year-old at an after party following the 2000 Video Music Awards. They didn't say MTV, but that is what we came to the conclusion with when we typed that in, and when we looked. I think Diddy actually went to those awards with J-Lo. This was in that time period. Said another celebrity stood by and watched as Combs and Carter took turns assaulting the minor. Many others were present at the after party but did nothing to stop the assault. Combs has been allowed for years to conduct himself in a manner that is not good. Let me move down. It goes into Combs' businesses, which they always do because they're named, so they kind of have to go into them and explain them, and that's kind of what it's doing here. On the surface, each one of these businesses is a legitimate. Every reality Combs buying through himself and his agents, employees, and contractors use these businesses to.
You going in and out, bro.
Yo, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. You You was botting, what they call it. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, bro? Hey, type of one in the chat if you can hear either one of us.
What's going on?
Say connection is
good.
unstable.
As far as saying that though, that's all I'm saying. Like,
I don't think nobody can hear us. Hold on, man.
Yo.
Can you hear me?
Well, shit, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yo.
Global, baby. What you rapping about in that song, boss man?
No, mute.
Yeah, I'm on now.
Global.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I can. Let me turn my. I don't know what the fuck going on with StreamYard tonight.
I don't either. Can you hear me? It's like they can hear us, but we can't hear each other. Let me drop down, man.
All right. So I'm gonna continue to read because it says in 1996, Combs was found guilty of criminal mischief for threatening a photographer. It goes into more, in past years, this. In past years, numerous civilian complaints have been filed by complainants.
Yeah, you botting like
who alleged that they were filed. ... And it keeps going. It names Joey Dickerson Neal sued Combs in 1991. Lisa Gardner, whom Combs met at an event hosted by the record label affiliated with Bad Boy, sued him for raping her and a friend in 1990 when she was only 16. In 2023, it's talking about a gang rape from 2003 from a chick who was only 17 years old. The victim alleged that employees and business associates of Combs there. Okay, so we're talking about Combs. We're hearing a bunch of Combs.
Watch it.
And yeah.
They say you breaking up. They say you sound robotic.
What's good?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Well, they say you sound robotic and you going in and out. When I pop back up, you were going in and out. We might have to cut it short.
All right, let me go down.
Yeah, we go down. Try that first and see what happens.
All right.
It seems like we're having some issues with StreamYard because I'm looking at my internet. My internet is fine, so I don't know what the hell is going on.
We here?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
They're going to have to goddamn give me some money back this month.
Right. Combs' long history of violence against women unequivocally establishes that his actions are motivated by gender. It says defendant Carter is, like Combs, a wildly successful rapper businessman. Carter and Combs have a long history together. Carter met and began collaborating musically in the 1990s. It's basically it's a bunch of history. And then it gets into the party section, which I'm at right now, where it says plaintiff Jane Doe is a female who resides in Alabama. Can I be heard?
That makes you wonder who the hell. First and foremost, can you hear me?
Yeah.
13-year-old kid from Alabama. You know, the music awards was in New York. Why was a 13-year-old kid? So it makes me feel like maybe, just maybe, this 13-year-old kid was in the industry, maybe. Because why were they at an after party at the age of 13 without their parent, which they shouldn't have been anyway, period. So I don't know who this Jane Doe is, but if this would have came out back in 2000, I think the mother would have got in trouble, or the father, whoever had custody of this kid, because that kid shouldn't have been at no fucking after party with a bunch of adults. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. Okay, you said I was looking at thing. Yeah, you know, we heard the same type of thing when it came to the Kel situation.
Right.
So it basically, when it get to about point number 54, it goes into the actual story, which I kind of don't want to read because it's yeah, and I think it might have. I'm gonna read the first cause of action, and then we're gonna move on from here. Where's that part at? It's basically, when it comes to punitive, I don't know if that's the exact term, but yeah, when you get to the end of this thing, it talks about, here we go. Plaintiff respects. Okay, yeah, this is what I really wanted to find right here, because like I said, what they were saying, or the lawyer was saying, is not about money. Okay, this is a civil case, and I did want to read just this part. I didn't want to go into the actual, because they actually went through, defendant Combs walks in the room and says, "Yeah, we here to party," and that got quotes and all this stuff, and he vaginally and inserts her, and he stands by, it's just everything that I basically said, but more detail. It says plaintiff respectfully requests the judgment be entered against defendants as follows: awarding compensatory damages for all physical injuries, emotional distress, physical harm, or psychological harm, anxiety, humiliation, physical and emotional pain and suffering, family and social disruption, and other harm in the amount to be determined at trial. In an amount to be determined in trial. To me, that's the, when we talk about if it's not for money or if it's, that's what it is. It says awarding punitive damages in an amount to be determined at trial, awarding attorney fees and costs pursuant to be applicable statute or law, to any applicable statute or law, awarding pre and post judgment interest to all such damages, fees, and costs attached to any and all defendants, property, assets, blah, blah, awarding such other or further relief as this court may deem just or proper. So, and that was the end of it right there. And they basically told you what they was going for right at the end, how they do. The Busby Law Firm. Yeah.
So they didn't come out with a number. It sounds like they're gonna allow the judge to determine that.
Yeah.
I've never seen that happen before. Especially when you're talking about somebody of the stature of Jay-Z, who we know is a billionaire. You didn't come out with like, hey, I need 100 mil. I need 50 mil. They said, maybe that's why he said it really isn't about the money, because if it was, they would have came out with some astronomical number. You feel what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, still about money. You don't want him to go to jail. You want him to be sued for your pain, as you would say.
Right. Yeah. So it's one of them things. We gonna see what happens with this. I hate to see this, man. I hate to see it for two reasons. Because if he did do it, as in the words of OJ, if he did, then I hate to see it. And if he didn't, I hate to see it. But what I will say, I feel like in these cases, and we've heard people say this before, but I feel like in these cases, there's no way, like, how would they prove if she's telling the truth?
That's what
I don't understand.
That's what's going to make this case hard. And even the fucking lawyer said it. Man, if this happened over 24 years ago, it's going to be hard. But he decided to take it anyway.
Right. Like, how can anybody prove if it's happened or if it didn't? At this point in time, at this juncture of this filing in December 2024, and this shit happened how long ago? How possible, if you're a judge sitting here, how possible is it for you to prove if she deserved this or if this happened to her? Like, physical evidence. Like, we talk about cases, right? Like, when you talk about cases, there's things that, you know, beyond a shadow of, okay, we know you did it because of this. That's impossible here. Or is it? I don't know.
The only way it would be, you know, without a shadow of a doubt, is if it was caught on camera. That's it. Because there's no DNA, none of that. That shit's gone. That shit's done with. You know, even if she was to bring up somebody and say, "Yeah, I was there," she could be lying too. This could be solidified as 100% facts if it was caught on camera, because we know Diddy had free calls and a lot of the shit was on camera. If it wasn't on camera and you just bringing a witness after witness after witness, it's still he say versus she say. That's just what it's gonna be. So that's another reason why I feel like he's not gonna win this case, man. And I'm not. And if like if something happened where it did happen, don't hold it to me. I pray it didn't happen, but you're not gonna win this case. You're not. Sorry.
Hey, you might want to turn your camera off, bro. I think we're gonna have to do it camera off because your audio perfect, but it's just yeah. It seemed like when I don't know, it seemed to work a little better. I don't know what's going on with StreamYards, but I do feel like you're right when it comes to that. There's no way. You know, with Diddy, it's just so many other things, but with this case here, when it comes to Hov and his name and what I just, it's not enough. Like, it's not enough. So,
yeah,
I don't know. You want to? I'm getting tired of the issue. If you want to just go backstage and record the meat and potatoes, or you want to, you know. Because we do got one more topic, and we got, I know you lying, but this shit kind of getting on my damn nerves. I ain't gonna lie, because you was freezing up that whole time, but your audio was straight.
Yeah, we probably just have to do it like this for the rest of the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. You know, I'll be playing peekaboo anyway.
Yeah, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get into I know you lying, then we're gonna go to the meat and potatoes, and we're gonna get up out of here, man. Sorry for the the technical difficulties. This is not us. This is a StreamYard because we don't have these issues. I know Jizzle got a brand new goddamn computer. He got good Wi-Fi. I got good Wi-Fi. So so we're gonna get on to it, man. We're gonna try to move through these last two segments, but we definitely want to hit on that last one before we get up out of here. So the next segment is, one of the funny ones. We'll try to keep it brief. This is I Know You Lying. I know you lying. God damn it, I know you lying.
I know you fucking lying, bitch.
So tonight we're gonna be talking about briefly. This is a little clip I found off of Instagram, and that shit had me fucking rolling. And I try to bring some humor into a world full of bullshitting grief. So that's why we got the feel good story. And we gotta know you're lying. But this one right here, Nicki Minaj, she turned into Trump for a moment, and Vince McMahon for a moment, because if y'all don't know those two people, what's one phrase they have in common that they say a lot? You don't know? I'm finna show you what it is. Because, hey, she wasn't having that shit. Where my goddamn video at? Don't tell me, don't tell me my shit ain't up here. I'm finna get mad. I'm finna get mad. I know I put that video up here. Where my goddamn video at? Oh shit. Well, here it is. I'm sorry. Here we go. My fault, people.
Hey yo, I just built my jewelry just to suck my nigga off. Boom. You're fired. I said 5 times. Y'all heard me, right? I said,
I know you fucking lying, bitch.
I don't like it, man.
Hold on.
What did he do?
Hold on.
hey yo, I just built my jewelry just to suck my nigga off. Boom. You're fired. I said 5 times. Y'all heard me, right? I said,
I know you fucking lying, bitch.
All right. So what she wanted him to do was when that part came in, what she say, "Yo, Bill," she wanted the beat to stop. She wanted to rap that shit a cappella, and she told him this shit, and he fucked it up. Listen, man, that's some embarrassing shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. Even though she did tell him that no, you don't do that, bro. You don't do that.
I mean,
tasteless, bro.
It was done in bad taste. They say Nicki the Queen for a reason, though. So I this is not surprising to me, just because I've heard shit like this. When it comes to Nicki, when they say she the queen, she move like the queen. And if you told a motherfucker 5 times, but then again, I feel like Grace goes a long way. You could have fired that motherfucker. I mean, the verse, shit, this is a popular song. The verse wasn't nothing but 8 fucking bars. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, it wasn't like she was about to sit up there and go a cappella for 16 and nothing. This is a little petty little verse on a commercial song that plays on the radio a million times. Like but she feels like this is my show.
Think about it, Jizzle. What are we going through right now that got us bothered? Like, we got aggravated with StreamYard. It's like,
yeah, that's true.
Ready to shut this motherfucker down.
You got me, goddamn it, because I sure was, man. Like, that shit. Hey, man, look. The thing is, we got different crowds. That's one thing. If I'm sitting here with 100,000 fans and I'm on stage, I would hope to be a little more humbled to go about it differently than that, I will say. And I still think it's in bad taste, but the frustration is real, and I understand the frustration.
Yeah, because if the fuck up is not your fault, then it will make you angry. You know what I'm saying? Because you came to give this crowd, which she probably had, 50 maybe to 100,000 fucking fans watching this performance, and you doing your thing, and there's the fucking DJ that fucks it up for you. It will get frustrating. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't think I would have took it to the extent that she did.
Right.
But if she did tell him 5 times, what will be the next fucking thing you tell him?
It ain't nothing. But she did it so gangster though. Why she have to do it so gangster though? Like Booth. She know he got a DJ name. She didn't even call him by his name. She called that nigga Booth. She called that nigga, hey, Booth. Booth. You're fired. Like, oh man.
Hold on, y'all.
Oh, that's
hold on. Let's do it one more time.
Hey yo, I just built my jewelry just to suck my nigga. Boom. You're fired.
That's that. Okay. And see now, because I'm a little slow, so you're fired. Okay, yeah, we talking about Trump.
Yeah, Trump.
Yeah,
you're
man.
fired. Vince McMahon, you're fired. Yep.
Right.
Well, yeah,
So,
man.
yeah,
That was, go ahead, bro.
Nah, I ain't got shit else for it.
You tripped me out with that. But that was our segment, man.
I know you fucking lying, bitch.
Yeah.
All right. So we have come to the final segment of the night. And again, our apologies. I'm sorry. We're going to have to take the blame for StreamYard and their fuckery. But we have reached the final segment of the night, which what we call is...
That shit make me hungry every time. I ain't like, hey, I can sit up here and see, I'm good with the can. I can sit up and pick all the boogers I want to. So yeah, we gonna get up with this situation, man. This situation, I ain't gonna lie, when I first seen it, I kind of wanted to just do a live dedicated to this. But that's one of the things about covering cases. The more you wait, the better the commentary can be, because things happen. We was just talking about it 4 days ago, and look at we here, on BBP, and everything has transpired. There's little details and things in which I think with this CEO getting this targeted, what I call a hit, which I have seen other sources call it a hit. I feel like with this, we're not going to see that much more. We will see more, but as far as what the information that's collected as of now, I don't feel like there will be much more than what we have now. And I'll tell y'all later as to why I feel like they shouldn't.
Okay. Well,
what you got?
No, well, the case we're speaking of is the CEO, of course, United Healthcare. He was murdered. When Jizzle brought it to my attention, I actually already knew about it, but Jizzle was following this shit. He's like, I think I already solved this shit already. And what he told me, you know, it fit. You know what I'm saying? And what we gonna show y'all and talk about in this case, he was right on fucking point with it. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I think that goddamn true crime rubbing off on him. You feel what I'm saying? So
yeah. We're gonna watch this video real quick. It's just a 2-minute video, and we're gonna do this in a linear fashion. So this video that we're gonna watch here is the original from 5 days ago, and then we'll update from another video from I think today, the video you did today when they talked about what he said in his quote unquote manifesto.
Right.
So yeah, let me share this. Yeah, so United Healthcare Group, you know, if you go to Wikipedia, the company is ranked 8th on the 2024 Fortune Global 500 list. This company, market capitalization of 473 billion as of July 15th, 2024. So, yeah, man.
Targeted and brazen. The shooting. Police calling it targeted and brazen. The shooting happened at dawn in Midtown Manhattan. Surveillance video clearly shows a masked gunman walking up behind a man and firing. We're not showing the moment where the victim was hit.
I hate to say it. Oh man, brother. I didn't stop because I didn't stop because of that. But what I will say, when it comes to media, you are man. Hold on, man. Oh, that's the wrong. Whatever, man. Fuck it. But when it comes to the media, I have not yet to see the actual shot. Like, I just stopped it to say, pay attention to what they show you, because we got this millionaire who was gunned down in the street, and I wasn't looking for the footage, but every news source that shows this clip never shows the actual shot. And what do we see on a monthly, weekly basis when it comes to blacks being gunned down, shot down, you know, on these body like all of it, like what the media shows, it's different when it comes to certain people. That's my only point here.
I agree. I know where you're getting at with that, bro.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to point out, man.
This man saw it.
He was here in this corner the whole night. Yeah.
Who was on the corner?
The guy who shot the guy.
Was standing across the street?
He's standing here, this corner.
Watch the police.
He was whisked away and questioned by police, who later said
"Stop
there
talking."
was nothing random about the shooting.
At this time, every indication is that this was a premeditated, pre-planned, targeted attack.
Pause.
The victim, 50-year-old Brian Thompson.
I want y'all to remember what she just said. Premeditated attack. I just want y'all to remember that, because we're gonna be talking a little later about something else. Go ahead, bro.
This is getting okay.
Was CEO of United Healthcare, the insurance arm of the U.S.'s largest healthcare company. Flags at its Minnesota headquarters lowered. Thompson was killed outside the hotel where he was to speak Wednesday morning at the company's annual meeting.
Many people passed the suspect, but he appeared to wait for his intended target. The suspect fled, first on foot, then on an e-bike, and was last seen in Central Park on Center Drive early this morning.
Police released these surveillance images, including of the shooter getting away on that e-bike. They also say a cell phone was found at the scene. Crime analysts say it all has the makings of a professional hit.
The fact that the shooter used a suppressor and shot accurately from 20 feet, those things are marks of professionals, or at least somebody who is
20 feet,
extremely skilled.
Thompson didn't.
Do that look like 20 feet?
To appear to have security. His wife told NBC News he had received some threats, but the motivations of the shooter are just one of many questions in a stunning crime. Cameron McIntosh.
So that was the initial report from that day. And I guess, yeah, let's go ahead and get into this because I feel like everybody is kind of, the people that's still here, y'all keep up on y'all shit. We ain't gotta walk it down like that.
All right, so let's check this out. This is the latest. Of course, they identified him. He was arrested at a McDonald's. Check this out.
Profile emerging of the man charged overnight with murder in the fatal shooting of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. The suspect, 26-year-old Luigi Mangione, is an Ivy League graduate, a valedictorian at his all-boys prep school. According to charging documents, the officers who took Mangione into custody found a fake New Jersey driver's license and a 3D printed gun and silencer similar to ones used in the December 4th shooting. There you see the pictures of both that apparently false driver's license and the weapon. Multiple law enforcement officials telling NBC News that a manifesto was found and it referenced the healthcare industry and read in part, "These parasites had it coming." His arrest comes after a 5-day multi-state manhunt that ended when the suspect was spotted at a McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania.
A guy came in the door, and I didn't really look at him. I thought everyone was kidding around. Well, the one guy said, "That looks like the shooter from New York."
Joining us now, NBC News national law enforcement and intelligence correspondent Tom Winter, Jim Cavanaugh, former ATF special agent in charge, and Frank Figluzzi, former assistant director of counterintelligence at the FBI. So, Tom, what's the very latest on this? Authorities have already made a stream of evidence public. What are we learning so far today?
Right. So there's some information, Jose, that is public, and there's some information that is not public. As far as the public information, we're getting new images today from the Pennsylvania State Police that show this individual who's been taken into custody, Luigi Mangiano. And this person in the images that they're putting out today, I think, is a big effort to try and track his most recent travels. And that's one of the reasons why the Pennsylvania State Police, you're looking here at a photo that was taken and provided by the Pennsylvania Department of Corrections, an effort to find out where he's been over the past several days, appearing to crisscross the state of Pennsylvania, at least perhaps on one occasion. As far as information that is not being made public, but the reporting of myself and colleague Jonathan Dienst, we have had 3 law enforcement officials describe to us these writings that have been included apparently or on his person at the time he was taken into custody. And I'll read you 2 specific quotes. To the feds, I'll keep this short because I do respect what you do for our country. To save you a lengthy investigation, I state plainly that I wasn't working with anyone. Quick note here, Jose, by the way, while authorities have said there's no indication that Mangione was working with anybody, they have not ruled out that either. The second quote is, I do apologize for any strife or traumas, but it had to be done. Frankly, these parasites simply had it coming. So
all right. Well, I was trying to wait until they got to the point where they actually tell you what he was charged with, which hopefully you can respect and understand. I wouldn't lie to you. You can find it for yourself. You'll see it because he got to go to trial and all that extra shit. They charged him with 2nd-degree murder. Now, y'all remember I said, remember what she just said. This was pre-planned and premeditated. Before I put this next screen up, what charge is that?
1st degree.
1st-degree murder. Why was he charged with 2nd-degree murder? I don't know. Should I care? I don't know. First-degree murder usually falls into one of the following two categories: premeditated, intentional killing.
Right. And I'm looking at what is it? WBFF Fox 45 Baltimore, Louisiana is charged with second-degree murder. Second-degree murder. ABC News 6 hours ago, Mangione was arrested in Pennsylvania for gun possession on Monday and faces charges in New York, including second-degree murder. CNN. Yeah, so it does look like, yeah, they got the New York Times 22 hours ago. New York Times on it. Damn, 22 hours. The initial murder charge is for second-degree murder, according to the court records. The gun charge and of course, the unlawful possession of the gun, in which they got the, shit. We lost at this point. Motherfuckers making homemade guns, but that's a different topic. Motherfuckers printing up guns in their damn basement and shit. Like, what is a fucking 3D printed gun? They got a lathe in their house. But yeah. So when you say second degree murder, we haven't actually played where that is being reported. But yes, the court records, according to New York Times 22 hours ago, the court records, they said the murder is charged for second degree murder. And as we look on the screen here, as I go back to it, because I'm over on Google, let me X that out. Yeah. And I knew you wasn't on no, I knew you wouldn't just say this shit for no reason. But for the sake of being BBP and what we do, I just wanted to have some sources, No,
if anybody doubted what I said, they can go look it up and they were like, he was right.
Yeah.
So let's look at the definition of a second degree murder. It says an unplanned, intentional, which I would
that's what they fucked up at. Like, okay, so let's say this, like that's what they wanted to get him for. Because my whole thing is, why would you want to get him for something if he did something worse than that? So if they did, then they made a mistake in the press conference then. Because she said this was a planned, targeted hit. And that's from the DP. Or PD. I said it backwards.
Looking at the fucking footage, this was a plan. This man walked past that Suburban and he came out and fired. You know what I'm saying? This shit was planned. There's no other way you can see this, even if they didn't tell us what they was going to charge him with. Everybody would have watched that video, regardless if they would have showed it all the way through or not. We seen what the fuck just happened. Whether it's a hit or this man planned to do this him goddamn self.
Okay, now we going back to conspiracy time. Do you think with him, and not because we don't know something, but do you think the conspiracy aspect of it being, do you think that his background being an Ivy League, valedictorian, he's speaking in front of the class, valedictorian, grade A student, do you think that has to do with why we see in the second degree murder charge instead of the first degree?
But because he was smart, but because he went to college, he went to a high qualified school, or what they call it, an Ivy League school. Man, fuck all that. You don't have sympathy for nobody who kills someone over the way they fucking feel. You can't do that. You can't.
But do you think they did it because of that? That's the question.
I don't know, bro. I would hope not, but it makes you wonder. Why did he get second? Because if this lady gonna get up there and say, and I don't think she misspoke, just to be honest with you, She get up there and say this was predetermined, premeditated, because that's what the fuck we saw. Why would you drop it down? And you bring up a hell of a question. But that I can't think of no Ivy League black guy who killed somebody and they dropped it like that. So I don't know, bro. I don't fucking know. It's a good question though.
Yeah, and that's the first thing I thought about. I'm like, you see the picture of him. He looks like, he could be fucking Heath Ledger's brother or some shit, or one of them DiCaprios or some shit. Like I'm just looking at how cases are treated within the media, within the quote unquote system. And that's the only thing I can think of as to why it would be second.
Well, let's look at it like this, because they never label it like they label our crimes, black on black crime. This was a white on white crime. And that's why I said earlier, I don't know if I should care, whether it was first or second degree. But at the end of the day, somebody lost their life. And we done our homework and we know why he feel the way he feel with this United Care Group. And it could be just insurance, period. But I really feel like it had everything to do with this particular insurance company. And Jizzle did his homework on this company. And I let him share what he found out about it. But it's still murder, man. It's still murder. And that man has a family. Regardless of his practices and what he did while he was the owner, the CEO of this insurance company, he still has a family. And they going to feel like, what the fuck you mean second degree murder? Come on, man.
Right. Oh, no, they going to push. And they better push. They should push. They have the right to push. And, even if, like when you say he has no matter what that they do, it's like if R. Kelly had, something happened to him while he's in jail, if he has a funeral procession or whatnot, it's going to be flooded.
Yep.
And people going to be there. But when it comes to this CEO, and like Boss said, definitely rest in peace to him, and, condolence to his family who have to deal with this situation. Before I read this, my point in reading this, because I'm going to go into a little bit about things within United Healthcare and things that I found just in my findings, looking at different, like the Senate report I'm going to talk about that was published in 2019 in an investigation dealing with the Medicare situation that United Healthcare went through under his CEO-ship. But like Boss said, regardless of that and how someone feels about these corporations, it does not justify this crime.
Not at all.
So, we talked about the amount of money that this United Healthcare has brought in. I'm gonna just read from Wikipedia. It says the Senate report published by the United States Senate Homeland Security Committee of Investigations focused in particular on denials for Medicare Advantage plans serving the elderly and disabled. The investigation revealed in 2019 that UHC's prior authorization denial rate was 8%. So before he was the CEO of United Healthcare, the denial rate for elderly and disabled Medicare was 8%, pretty low percent. Thomas became CEO in 2021, and by 2022, the rate of denial had increased to 22%. So in 1 year of him becoming the CEO of this company, the denial rate for elderly and disabled Medicare went from 8% to 22%. Now, when it comes to that, what are your thoughts, I guess, just on that before I continue? Because I don't have that much more to read, but just on that.
Well, seems like It's just gonna sound fucked up to say, but it seemed like he already had an agenda going into becoming the CEO of this company. Because when you have a rate that's only 8% and it jumps to 22.3, 23% in 1 year, that's not done by accident, people. It's not.
Yeah.
I don't care how you try to spin it, how you look at it. This is what his plan was. I'm gonna save this and I'm money if I take this approach. And it's not cool if that's the case, which that's what it looks like. You know,
yeah, $13 billion. Like they shit jumped $13 billion in this year. Go ahead.
That's a lot of money, man. That's a fucking lot of money, bro. In 1 year, you know. So let's just say what we see, we just gonna put it up on Front Street. That's what it is. Can you imagine this young man? And I don't know if he had anybody that was directly affected to these denials, but he angry for a reason, right? So just imagine that his grandmother could have been saved if they wouldn't have denied her claim. They wouldn't pay for this surgery or some shit like that. They wouldn't pay for this, you know, you need a organ to save your life, and they wouldn't do it because they said it didn't fit under the ramifications of what they felt was qualified to ensure this surgery. You can understand how this man felt. Because prior to this, we ain't have these issues. We never had these fucking issues. And now that you're the fucking CEO, I just lost my motherfucking grandmother, the lady that took care of me all my life, make sure I was good, and I owe her. I owe her. I'm gonna revenge her death. Listen, I'm just speaking the real, bro.
Yeah. And that, you know, of course, along with that, you know, you don't get the right to choose who lives and dies over these things. You know, that still doesn't give you the right, but it just shows the medical system in America and shows what is going on, and it's what it overall is doing. It's going to shed a light, a bigger beam on the shit that's going on within the healthcare system that we have in America. I'm gonna continue reading on. It says for both Medicare and non-Medicare claims, UHC declines in UHC, that's United Healthcare, declines claims at a rate which is double the industry average. It goes on to say in 2021, Thompson was criticized in an open letter from the American Hospital Association regarding a plan from United Healthcare to start denying payment for what is deemed non-critical visits to hospital emergency rooms. United Healthcare responded by delaying rollout of that change. Many social media users celebrating the killing and shared, and see that this is what we get in 2024. I hate to stop, but celebrating the killing. Many social media users celebrating the killing and shared their contempt for Thomas, United Healthcare, and the American health insurance system in America. The Washington Post said that many people mocked Thompson's death and others felt satisfaction. One lecturer at Columbia University was quoted by the Financial Times as tweeting, "Today we mourn the deaths of 68,000 Americans who needlessly die each year so that insurance company executives like Brian Thompson can become millionaires." So there's this, it's going into this moral conversation, and you know, you hear terms like eye for eye and righteous kill. What are your thoughts about what you just read and knowing about these certain terms like eye for eye and righteous kill?
Man, I was gonna say this for the end of the night, but I'm gonna give it to you now. Whenever, let me do this real quick, man, because these are my thoughts. YJ ain't got nothing to do with this. Whenever people are complaining about anything that's affecting their life, and we talking about life or death, or it could just be your fucking peace. If you know what you're doing is morally wrong, you have to think you being selfish because of your own selfish reasons, which in this case is greed, money, financial gain. I deal with this type of shit, but not on this scale. Every day I go to work, man. I have to deal with somebody I've complained about on a daily basis. And they know what she do is wrong. So me as being a real man, I don't wish that you get fired. I'm hoping that you can change, right? But after the complaining, nothing fucking changes. Everybody has a breaking point. Understand that. Understand that. So when these people, as YJ said, are cheering, when somebody lose their life, you think, well, that's fucked up. Is it? Because some of them people who was cheering probably lost a loved one on the hands of this person. He denied them.
Yeah.
He denied them, man. And they've been complaining and complaining and complaining. So in my situation, there's somebody else above my boss that can make something happen. Him, he's the CEO. So I guess it ended the way it was going to end. But just imagine if I fucking flip out one day and say, I can't take this shit no more. I wouldn't do this because I got a kid to raise. But just imagine if I was mentally exhausted and one day I went to work and just put two in my fucking brain. But guess what I did? I complained and begged for it to be fixed. And they never fucking fixed it. I can understand why these people feel that way. All right, I'm off my soapbox.
Man. Yeah. I can't be too mad at you for that. When you talk about these certain cases, of course, your example it's not on the scale at which this is, because when you mention the scale, it goes back to numbers. And think about being the largest healthcare quote unquote provider, and that jump from 8% denial to 25% denial, and what that number looks like. Now, the guy from, what was it, Columbia University stated, I think his estimate was 78,000 people have been affected in 1 year of this change. 78,000 people. 68,000 people, my bad. That's a huge fucking number, man. I'm gonna get to some of these comments. He said they never want to change things until their parents or family members are involved. Yeah, that I can't disagree with that. That's a part of it. Once that shit hit close to home, it's one of them things. D Loves, she kind of giving examples how we were with things that could have been, in which I'll go to that once I finish these comments. I'm gonna go into that about what information they should show and why they shouldn't show any more information or give him any more media clout. She complained, aka stated, of her psychological issues, aka struggles. This is eye for an eye, in my opinion. D Love says, yeah, and it's crazy. It's crazy how you don't, we sit up here and talk about shit, but when you hear people break shit, like when you hear the media, they not breaking this shit down like this.
They don't. But let's think about this, YJ. Didn't a lot of people cheer when they killed Osama bin Laden?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Somebody lost their life at that point in time, and he has a family as well. But do you think anybody gave a fuck about his family? Nope. Nope. Because
it was cheers all around.
Evil for an eye for an eye. That's just I don't know to say that, but it's in the Bible, man. And they then you say don't do evil for evil. That's nitpicking. But one thing I said, everybody has a breaking point where they had enough, man. And sometimes you can deem it as temporary insanity because I blacked out on them. That's just what it is, man.
Yeah, and I could see that. She said, "Nah, because you're gonna be doing your own thing on your own time in your own space before it gets there."
I pray, D Love. I pray.
Yeah.
But I would never do anything like that, y'all. So let's make that clear, right?
No, I know it was a hypothetical. We know you ain't finna crash out, bro. You got too much brain power to crash out. So but when it comes to crimes like this, one of the things I've talked about, and you've probably heard me talk about before, is I don't like how they give the huge media attention, and as far as you type in Charles Manson on Netflix and there's 5 documentaries. Like I don't like seeing when people who fly off the rail and people like him, I feel like there should only be quotes given of the manifesto. Like, y'all have the case in y'all hands. There's nothing that else that we need to know as the public when it comes to things about him, his personal life, what his dog looked like. Did he like these movies? Did he like those movies? Like, I feel like they go too far after the fact, and what it does is it creates another little motherfucker from an Ivy League school to feel like he want the same clout he got. Right. These copycat murders, when it comes to the school shootings and Columbine, I understand we go into the where we want to know, but I feel like the law kind of has it's a tight rope that they got to balance between giving the public information for them to be aware and just giving them a sensational story, or giving the media, because the media is, they're gonna hold a press conference and the media is who gonna do it. But there's a fine line between that sensational story and just giving people what happened and leaving it at that. I don't want to hear about his whole life and keep his face up on Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, all of these stations. I feel like his face is going to be on for the next 2 weeks. And in these 2 weeks, somebody's going to be like, wow, his name, he's got the number 4 most Googled name on Google for 2 months because of this shit. And they want their name to be the most Google search name for 2 months. So they do some foul shit. So that's my only thing with it. I hope they kind of let this shit, let it go. Y'all got what y'all need. Let it be. That's just my opinion.
Nah. I see where you going with it. And I agree. It's like D Love said, it's almost like they're glorifying the monsters. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this, bro. If there's a fucking copycat who just watched this and feel like you said, oh man, look at all the attention he got. If you're willing to sacrifice your life to be like an idiot like him, and I hate to call him that, but then you're gonna suffer the same consequences he did. So you want your let's say 2 months of fame just to spend the rest of your life in prison? You're a fucking idiot, bro. But I get what you're saying 100%, bro.
Yeah, and they would be an idiot, and he is an idiot. And luckily, they found him in a place of, a state of mind which he didn't make any fast moves, and he didn't, I don't know if we'll see body cam footage of the arrest, but from what we heard, he was sitting in McDonald's with his face mask on and sitting at a laptop just eating his breakfast, and they walked up on him type of thing, and he started to get nervous. They said he started to get jittery, and then they took him into custody.
Yep. Yeah.
So
I'm glad he got arrested. But like I said, on the flip side, just and it's hard to do it when a life has been taken. But what Jizzle read to y'all, I can understand. Because if I was, and I don't know if you've seen in the chat, bro, they said it was his mom. They said his mom had cancer.
See, I was okay. See, I was taking that as, because whenever I seen that comment pop up from D Love, we were talking about, like what if, his grandma, and what if this and that, and then I seen that comment. I took that as another what if, but I don't know. So if D Love, if you want to clarify if that's been okay, she said, yep, his mom had cancer. So
yes, I didn't even know that, D Love.
I didn't know that.
My story was hypothetical for real.
Yeah. So damn.
I'm gonna have to
the wheels turn.
Look that up, but boy, you only get one mom, boy, and that's that. Listen, I know it's hard. So, again, condolences to the family, of the CEO. And I just think we as the people, we have to learn to listen. Because when you talk, you can't hear. Because you're too busy talking. And when you money hungry, that put earplugs in your ear where you can't hear nothing else, because all your focus is the money. Understand, you ain't the only person want to have money. And I'm only speaking of this situation here. There's a lot of different situations or scenarios that could happen that can cause the same situation. But when you talking about America, you got rich, wealthy, and then you got the rest of us.
Yeah.
Nobody want to fucking be at the bottom of the totem pole forever, man. For real, man. I'm gonna just leave it at that, bro.
Well, I don't want to go back, just to go full circle with it. Do you still feel like this is second degree murder?
No, it's not.
Okay, I'm just making sure, because I don't feel like it either. But when you say you understand and the wrongs that corporate America, and when it comes down to these healthcare plans and things and their agendas, when it comes to their monetary bottom line and denying people who are elderly and disabled, it gives you a bigger picture. So that's definitely why I wanted to talk about this. And it gave me a bigger picture when I was looking up this information about the company as a whole and his tenure within the company as a whole. So, but we gonna get up out of here. Definitely, if you ain't hit that like, definitely do that right now.
Yeah, hit that like button, man. Share the live out, man. And again, sorry for the interruption of the live and the malfunctions and technical difficulties, but that was out of hand, man. But we still got our point across. We still got the things that we need to talk to y'all about, share it all. So that's the most important part.
Yep. And we're gonna be back. We definitely gonna be back on December 20th. Boss gonna be back in January, dropping his project. We're gonna be back doing a dual mixtape. December 20th. Boss gonna be back sometime January, 2-3 weeks into January, depending on some things, But yeah, man. We're gonna go ahead and get up out of here and salute to the people, man.
Yes, sir, man. This has been another episode of BBP, Big Business Podcast. If it ain't big business, we ain't talking about it. We appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Hey, Face Card 2, December 20th. Hey, it's on the way. Y'all have a good night, man. We out there, bitch. Came up from the bottom where the problems kept coming, but these niggas send threats, but they never did. Dirty on 85, slow, taking it easy. I don't want nothing to keep me from you.
Look, sparring session when I'm punching these the deuce of hazard. Motor glitching, slide across the car like that's one ignorant bastard. Smooth operation. It'll take a dose of Adderall and a power shot of B12 to fuck with Nathan. Bear witness to the bear's vision. They scared shitless. I'm numb to everything they say. I got impaired senses.